CC, what do you think about that? Should Gronk be suspended for that play?
Well, first things first. Gronk is having a problem with the officiating because Gronk hasn't changed his game. Gronk wants to be able to run over defenders all the time. And as a defensive back, when a defensive back is guarding a tight end or a wide receiver, whatever area the defensive back occupies, that's his space. It's up to the wide receiver or the tight end to be able to avoid him. Gronk doesn't play football that way. He plays like he's a power forward in basketball. He is always trying to get position. Now, because he's been injured, he doesn't necessarily have the running ability that he used to, so he's not the threat down the seam. So his physical game, people have seen him push off, so they play him a lot tighter. Do people grab Gronk a lot? Yes. Does he get pass interfered with? Yes. Does he push off a lot? Yes. So this is a player's frustration. I remember one time in a Detroit game, Detroit intercepted the ball, and I was really mad at the quarterback because he threw the ball where the offensive coordinator told him, if we get this look, don't throw the ball. And I didn't think he was going to throw the ball to me, and he threw it to me, and the guy intercepted it. And I was so mad. I remember chasing the guy down, and when I caught him, I went around his head. And when we got up from the pile, we were getting up from the pile, my hand was in his face mask. And I was trying to remove his eyeballs because I was so mad. And me and this guy had a few little altercations before the game. So that part about Gronk, I won't make an excuse for. Those little personal battles, they are real. But what he did, like, he should be suspended. With a guy laying defenseless, face down.
After the play was dead.
It don't matter if it was before the play, after the play, during the play. You can't hit an NFL player in his head, let alone one that's laying down out of bounds. So there's so many ways this was wrong. He wound up and hit the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is the thing. You can really hurt a guy with a helmet on and shoulder pads, let alone hitting a guy in the back of the head who's not looking.
Just real quick before I answer, your story you told when you say you chased him down, he was on an interception return, right? That was
he had intercepted the ball.
No. But it was when you chased him. It was he was trying to score a touchdown. It was during the play, not after the play.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted
people think I was chasing him to the parking lot.
No. But I just wanted to make sure because to me there's an enormous difference. Like you might have done a little extracurricular with where your hand was, but you had every reason.
No. I went in his face mask and I was trying to poke his eyes out.
Okay, fair.
So I'm not trying to say it was different. Like I was in the wrong also, and I was trying to match the intensity and the anger of Gronk's situation because that's what Gronk was trying to explain after the game.
So I didn't like Gronk's explanation after the game. Gronk's explanation after the game was why he should be angry with the ref, not Tre'Davious White.
Well, the guy's holding him. It is a personal battle.
I understand that, CC, but that holding a guy isn't dirty. Holding a guy isn't to injure him.
No, but it's part of the rules. If the ref doesn't protect you, this is what we tell the refs. If you're not going to protect me with the rules, I'm going to take the rules into my own hand. Right. I'm going to handle it myself.
Okay, which is maybe it would make sense to me if Tre'Davious White all game had been diving at Gronk's knees. Holding him is not putting Gronk in physical danger. It is preventing his team.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No one's saying that. I'm just trying to tell you. What you need to do is set the stage so people understand what led to this.
Right.
Okay? And when you have altercation, when a guy is guarding you and a guy is holding you, all right, it is a physical battle. You're looking to the ref to try to protect you because of the rules, and when the ref decides not to, I'm not trying to say Gronk was right. I'm just trying to tell you what happens in NFL action. And that's what happened yesterday.
And I appreciate that. But holding calls get missed all the time, and that doesn't happen. A guy who, like you said, prone on the ground, and Gronk winds up and hits him in the head. You say he could have been seriously injured. I'm going to say he was seriously injured. He was concussed. Like, we act as if we understand the seriousness of head injuries, but in real time, we don't do that. If let's say he was standing on the sideline with his back to him, and Gronk dives at his knee, and they cart him off the field. We're talking about, oh, he was seriously injured. Well, we've seen guys miss the rest of seasons due to concussions. We've seen how serious concussions are. What Gronk did was egregious. Of course he should be suspended. And Gronk continually gets a pass on the type of behavior other guys wouldn't get a pass on because he's like everyone's favorite meathead. This was as dirty of a play as I've seen in the NFL this year. This was it reminded me of what Burfict did to Antonio Brown in the playoff game a couple years ago.
Yeah, they're not in the same stratosphere.
As far as their reputations, I agree. As far as, are you talking about they meaning the plays or the people?
The plays.
Really?
Yeah, the Vontaze Burfict play was a lot more dangerous.
How?
Because he was going for the football, looking up, and he was getting a frontal hit compared to being laying on the ground. All right, Gronk could only generate so much momentum. AB was running to the defender was running at him, and he could hit him in his face. And obviously, because AB missed the next week, obviously the hit was more damaging than that.
Well,
one.
we don't know if Tre'Davious White's going to play next week.
Okay, well, you asked me. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no.
That was a more dangerous play.
Okay, even if I take,
if you ask me, Chris, you can do two things. You can go across the middle and Vontaze Burfict hit you in your face, or you can get an interception and lay on your back and Gronk can hit me in the back of my head. Sure. Now, based on all my experience, I'm telling you, one is way more different than the other. I'm not trying to say what Gronk did like we make an excuse for him. But you mentioned that play.
Sure.
The AB play was far more dangerous.
Okay, so you know, I will listen to your expertise on the dangerous part of it. And I'm not justifying anything Burfict's done. Burfict's the dirtiest player in the league. But Burfict's play at least was within the bounds of the field. Like this, another example. What about when OBJ earholed Josh Norman? This is, to me, in that vein. It was totally unnecessary.
Well, you don't want that because OBJ wasn't suspended.
What? No, but he should have been. OBJ, you and I agree on this. I mean, he got 3 personal fouls that game. He should have been suspended. Gronk should be suspended. And I think the NFL has since then, I guess, changed.
They did. They changed the personal fouls. You got to get 2 personal fouls and you're throwing out the game.
Right. I thought what he did yesterday was egregious. And I thought after the game, even though, CC, you're making the point to personal battle, the refs have to protect you, I thought his attempt
I thought it was a bad play, and I thought that he should get suspended.
Right.
Yeah, but your way of explaining it is just totally different than my way.
The justification to me afterwards, where he's like, but the refs weren't calling it to me, I thought that was distasteful.
Well, he's trying to set the stage because you don't know what happened. That's all he's trying to do. Him and a guy in a personal battle, he's looking for help from the referee. The ref doesn't help him. He takes the rules into his own hands. That's what happened, and that's what happens in NFL games.
Just for some weight distribution perspective, Gronk, 6'6", 265 pounds.
Oh, it's huge.
Going against a 5'11", 192-pound guy in the ground. But you both agree he should be suspended.
Yes.
Most likely. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.